Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Tis I, Big Joe Sheppard. It is Tuesday, 1100 hours Eastern Time and 1600 hours UK and Ireland as ever. And we are back with a phenomenal Onestream live. Yeah, I'm in the big studio today. Not in the gaming thing. We had a little bit of a gaming tip just at the very beginning, the start. Just wanted to keep that little bit in there. But today, you see, is about... And that's what one of the things you get when you work with live streaming is that you're monitoring a whole pile of different things. And I was monitoring our YouTube channel just to make sure that everything was working. I've got to turn the sound down on the YouTube, so you heard me in stereo, just a little bit behind each other. We'll try and make it a little bit more professional as the day goes on. It's part 3 of our mini series, Level Up Your Gaming, live streaming for gamers. And you are very welcome too. It's brought to you by our friends at Onestream Live, cloud-based platform where you can stream, schedule, record, pre-stream out 45 different locations, including a website, hosted live page. Yeah, today is a little bit different. It is still on the gaming, on the gaming theme, but today is about the rise of live streaming. We're going to touch on some of those big channels like Twitch and Kick and YouTube gaming and Facebook gaming. And we're going to see a very, very interesting video that I found while I was doing my research, because as everybody knows, I'm not a gamer. So I've come into this 4-week mini-series in a slightly different context than most people. Chatted with gamers, joined some online gaming groups. It's been really, really interesting. And if you remember, on last week's show, we took a deep dive in setting up a professional streaming capability using Onestream Live on really what is a shoestring budget, really. We used an example mic, an example camera, and some of the things. But the main situation we have is being able to use the Onestream Live studio. Video I'm going to show you shortly will throw into some thoughts. We all know that digital companies rise massively, make billions, and then can crash again. But I found during my research into today's show a very, very interesting video, which I'm going to play for you very, very shortly, which will cast some doubts about the whole system. And I wanted to cast those doubts because the future of gaming is in your hands. It is in your control. And to be able to use live streaming to be able to do this leads us on from this week on to next week. So today's looking about all of those things. Why should you use live streaming as a tool? And that's all it is. It is a tool for your gaming when you could go directly to Twitch. We'll come on to that shortly. So on today's show, we'll be looking at the live streaming boom and seeing what's going on with that there. And yeah, we'll be touching on Twitch and Kick, which only came out in 2022, YouTube gaming and Facebook gaming, and how some of those things have had to change already, where the money's going, how much it's costing them, who's underwriting all of these type of things, and how long can that last. We'll touch on monetization strategies very briefly, and I'm going to point you in the right direction of one of our other content creators, the great DJ Strick, who covers this in depth. Elevating your brand and building a thriving, engaged community and how to do that. Excuse me. If you remember in episode 1, we looked at 2 of the top streamers out there. Ninja, bless him, really, really good, and the following that he's got, and Pokimane and the following that she's got. And we're going to look a little bit about why they're successful, them as people, why they've diversified, why they've taken sort of more of a control about the things that they're doing as well. And then we're going to talk about successful engagement. And we're going to introduce you to a man who has only 2,700 followers on Facebook, but in the last 90 days has had a 1.137 million reach, which is going to blow your mind, because it blew my mind as well. But keep it all here because it's Tuesday. It's 1100 hours Eastern Time. I am Big Joe Sheppard, and this is, as ever, Onestream Live, and you're welcome to today's show. welcome back. Joe Sheppard here with Onestream Live on part 3 of Level Up Your Gaming, live streamers for gamers. And today we are looking all at the rise of live streaming and building community. And that is the title that Onestream Live gave me, and it fits in really, really well with my own company, Livestream Solutions, Livestream Academy, where we help individuals, businesses, and organizations to elevate their brand and to build a thriving, engaged community. Yeah, it's as simple as that. As ever, please, you'll be watching us on YouTube today. And it will be going out again tonight into all of the other locations as well. So we prefer to break our day up this week. And subscribe so you'll get the latest information from Onestream Live and from the other content creators from Eva Smith, the great Stephen Healy, and fantastic DJ Stephen Stricker. We'll cover in just a little minute. So, the platforms, again, when I started looking at this, I knew of, next week, by the way, or wait till the end. I'll tell you the end. There's 2 exciting things happening at the end. One to do with Halloween, or Samhain, as we call here in Ireland, and one to do with Twitch and going live on Twitch as well. So stay with us right the way through, because it's really bloody exciting this week. So some of the mainstream platforms and how big they are. Before I play you this video, let me just move that across there like that. I was interested. I'm a stats man. People, systems, processes, and I love to understand, the figures behind who are the biggest. So everybody knows Twitch. Livestream Solutions, Livestream Academy now has a Twitch profile. It's a great Twitch account. More on that later, because I wanted to understand a bit. My 4 lads, my youngsters, they're all gamers, and one of them is a serious avid gamer as well. So learned an awful lot there. So we're going to have a look at sort of Twitch's emergence as really as the powerhouse sort of platform, and we're going to sort of look at YouTube gaming, Facebook gaming, and Kick as well. Now, TwitchCon, here we go. Let's just put this on fully so you can see that. TwitchCon obviously is it has significant partnership. It's a massive event. It's a major event for the streaming industry, obviously for the community, and typically held twice a year in North America and Europe, and brings together streamers, fans, and industry professionals. Now, 2024 highlights this year. They saw record attendance. Let me just come back out of that slightly there. It saw a record attendance of 50,000 attendees, keynote speeches focused on the new platform features and community initiatives that were going on, networking opportunities. Now, this again is where you build your engagement, you build your thriving community. People like people. I'll come back to that as the show goes on today. It is people liking people. Messages coming in there, just 1 second, and I will get round to some of those. People like people. It's as simple as that in the world. Nothing changes. You can have all the fanciest things in the world, but people do people. It's as simple as that. Know me, like me, follow me. And that's the whole adage. And when people get, it's a know me, like me, follow me. Trust me. Buy from me, repeat. Simple as that. So 50,000 attendees, networking opportunities were absolutely phenomenal. It was a hotspot for networking. Lots of different panels and creators helped grow their channels. And of course, there's significant partnerships with the like of Twitch.com, esports collaborations, esports. What a rise in that there's been. We haven't even touched on that really. Excuse me, that's almost a show in its own right. And it started, obviously, I'm a rugby man. I'm also a football man. So I've been big into my sports. And I didn't quite understand just how big esports were. Massive, absolutely massive, and not going anywhere. Brand sponsorships. So TwitchCon itself, the platform, partnered with such brands as Red Bull and Intel to offer exclusive content and events to enhance the viewer engagement. It's all about entertainment. It is all about the entertainment. And these are some big players. So there's big money that is buying into this. Music industry, collaborations with music labels have increased, allowing artists to perform live and engage directly. Again, I suppose it's an online e-version, isn't it, of the Super Bowl and such other things like that. Super Bowl probably does it better than anybody else in the world. A little bit more reserved in the UK and Ireland, I'd say. But Super Bowl, I don't know how. Jesus, I wouldn't hazard a guess how much it would cost to get a 30-second slot on promoting something there. Let alone how much you get paid if you're chosen to be singing or doing something like that. But it just adds to the entertainment. Boxing is going the same way now. A lot of money being put into those. So Twitch figures. This sort of really blew me away, okay? As of 2024, Twitch has about 140 million monthly active users. 140 million active monthly users. That is just huge. And again, like I say, in a minute, we'll watch the video and we'll see about the lads who formed that and where things are now. They reckon that approximately 30 million daily active viewers are using Twitch, and it peaks at around 2.5 million concurrent viewers. 2.5 million at any one given point in the day. Yeah, it's pretty good. TwitchCon itself was launched in 2015 and attracts 10,000, as we've said, 50,000 this year. And with those partnerships there, you can understand why people go into those partnerships. Now, let's just come out of there a second. That is TwitchCon. You also then have YouTube Gaming. And again, this is introducing what's coming in the video, which is really going to blow your mind. So please, bear with me, stay with me on this one. YouTube Gaming, they have about 100 million users engaged with the gaming content. I have about 700 million unique visitors to the gaming content on a monthly basis. 700 million. Huge. And it's only going to get bigger, lads, isn't it, really? Or is it? Is all good in the gamosphere? Well, time will tell in just a second. There's over 40 million active gaming channels on YouTube itself. And obviously they host some major events like the YouTube Gaming Creators Summit. Facebook Gaming themselves, they have about 200 million users watching gaming content every single month, about 1 million active gaming creators on the Facebook channel there. Billions of hours of gaming content watched annually. And again, huge partnerships. The buying power of Meta, Facebook and WhatsApp, control and all that, it was Alphabet, isn't it, for Google as well. Again, we'll see. And then you've got the likes of Amazon and all of those. The video, tell me about the video, lads. Yeah, I'll get the video, but let me lead in first, okay, because this puts a bit of context and a bit of foundations to what it is. And then Kick only started in 2022, and it focuses on creator-friendly revenue splits. That's a biggie coming in the video. The whole revenue splits thing, again, unbeknown to me, but I can understand now why there's a lot of people are toing and froing about where they're going to go and which platform they're going to go with and stuff like that, because it's a buyer's market. And at their peril, some of the people who run the platforms, they need to be careful, because without your people, you've no people. There we go. So, launched in 2022. Rapid growth in its user base since its launch, with increasing numbers. This is Kick in both streamers and viewers, and it attracts streamers with higher revenue share compared with Twitch. Of course it does. Goes back to what we said in week one there. If you're an average streamer, or you're trying to elevate your brand, build a thriving, engaged community, remember what we do with Livestream Solutions, you're going to go where you're going to go. If you're going to make your time and effort in, you're going to partner with somebody who can help you do that. Joint venture partnerships, remember, the way to go. And why would anybody put their time and effort into something where there's greed behind it and you're not getting looked after when you're doing all the work? Days are gone. Remember, a couple of weeks ago when we did the September series about using a shovel to achieve the same thing, or you can use live streaming, which is a smarter tool. We'll keep coming back more to this today. So there we go. As I said, beginning of today's show, is everything good in the gamosphere? Well, I found this online, as I said, and this video here. Let me just pull that over to that side for just a second. This video here comes to us from a chap called Company Man, and Company Man is quite a big online YouTuber. He has 1.75 million, excuse me, and he researches different organizations and different industries, and he gives a breakdown of them and where they are. Very interesting. Yeah, really, really interesting. You know, sometimes you come across the thing that just hits the spot and you think, yeah, this person has credibility. This person is able to analyze where a market or an industry is going. So Company Man, give him a shout out. Go and have a look at some of his stuff. Very, very interesting. And these were his thoughts. And this is only as far back as April 2024. Yeah, let's have a look at what he's got to say.
Twitch is the most popular live streaming platform on the internet. Every month, over 7 million people from around the world use it to stream themselves doing, well, all sorts of things, but there's always been an emphasis on video games. The name Twitch comes from Twitch gameplay, which is when you have to react to something really fast while playing a game. At any given time, millions of people are tuning in to watch their favorite streamers. Some of the biggest ones can have hundreds of thousands of people watching them at the same time. Simply put, live streaming has quickly grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry, and Twitch is the primary place to do it. However, despite its unprecedented popularity, Twitch has been dealing with a number of issues that have contributed to uncertainty concerning the future of the company. I am not saying it is going to shut down anytime soon, I want to be clear about that, but there may be cause for concern as it moves forward. So in this video, I want to outline what I believe to be some of the bigger issues facing Twitch. The two people that are most responsible for creating the platform are Emmett Shear and Justin Kan. In 2005, while attending Yale University, they worked together to create an online calendar application called Kiko that proved to be somewhat successful. But after about a year, they wanted to move on to other projects, so they sold the business on eBay, of all places, for $258,000. The next project was called Justin.tv, where they teamed up with a few others to essentially create an internet-based reality show where Justin Kan would live stream every moment of his life. It was being called life casting. Maybe not the most consistently entertaining show, but it was such a revolutionary, unique idea that it quickly gained an audience. After a few months, they retooled the website to allow users to broadcast themselves over it, establishing different stream categories like music or animals. Over the next few years, the two most popular categories emerged to be sports and video games, but the sports category was problematic because it was mostly people illegally broadcasting copyrighted sporting events. They had to testify in front of a House committee, the company who owned the UFC filed a lawsuit against them, so it became a big hassle, but the video game category looked promising. The video game publishers expressed very few copyright issues and were overall cooperative in having people stream their games. In 2011, they turned the category into its own streaming site called Twitch TV, and that quickly became the company's primary focus. By 2014, it had grown to almost 50 million monthly users, making it one of the most popular sites on the internet and catching the attention of large technology companies like Yahoo and Google. In May of that year, it was being reported that Google was buying Twitch for $1 billion. Twitch was growing fast and wanted a larger company backing them that could help them scale things, and Google was already the owner of YouTube, so you could see how they would be complements to each other. The deal never happened. It would have likely been blocked due to antitrust concerns, plus the people at Twitch felt that their platform would always be Google's secondary focus behind YouTube, which is probably a fair concern. Well, in August of that year, only 3 months later, it was announced that Twitch would be instead acquired by Amazon for $970 million, just a little bit less, but still their largest acquisition ever at the time. Amazon was already involved in gaming before that. They had bought the developer of Killer Instinct, created their own gaming studio, and were technically one of the top video game sellers. Amazon said that they made the deal to show its belief in the future of gaming, which has proven to be accurate. Over the next decade, Twitch grew their user base significantly and were greatly helped by the pandemic when everyone was inside watching stuff on the internet. Those numbers, however, have leveled off, and that leads me to the first issue I want to talk about. Twitch has been losing money. In January of 2024, their CEO Dan Clancy admitted that Twitch was not profitable and has been relying on money from their parent company Amazon to keep things running. It has been an ongoing problem, and that's where things start to get concerning, right? They are already leading the market, so how do they go about raising raising their revenue or lowering their costs. As Dan Clancy has said, delivering high-definition, low-latency, always available live video to nearly every corner of the world is expensive. Even utilizing Amazon's resources, they're still paying a lot of necessary expenses, and many of the ways that they have tried to lower expenses have been criticized, most recently layoffs. It turns out that they may have overestimated their growth rate following the pandemic and hired too many people. In 2023, they laid off 400 employees, and in early 2024, it was another 500, representing over a third of their staff at that point. Around that same time, they shut down the service in South Korea, another unpopular decision, saying that it was too expensive to keep it going over there. I also want to mention that multiple key executives have been leaving the company, most notably co-founder Emmett Shear, who had served as CEO for 12 years before stepping down in 2023. He had recently become a father and said that he was ready to move on, but I don't know, you put it all together and it can form a potentially concerning picture. Next up on my list is the revenue split with the streamer. There are many different ways that Twitch streamers can make money. There's a virtual currency called bits that users can send them. They could have sponsored streams, sell merchandise, they have affiliate links, but one of the primary sources is subscription revenue. Viewers can pay money to subscribe to a streamer to get custom emotes that they use in the chat, a badge beside their name, among other things, and I would say it is a great way to show support. There have been exceptions, but traditionally, the money the viewer pays for that subscription gets split 50-50 between the streamer and Twitch, and it has been argued that that is not a great ratio for the streamer. There have been petitions and numerous requests to change the ratio to 70-30, which is the standard for streamers on YouTube. There have been minor adjustments to the revenue split over the years, but the one with the most backlash was in 2022 when they announced that the select group of partners that were receiving the 70-30 split would be lowered to 50-50 after their first 100,000. I know that might not sound like a big issue, but the streamer saw it as a step in the wrong direction, believing that streamers are the core of the platform, and that's the last place that they should be looking to save money. In early 2024, they announced more changes to the revenue split that are still not quite what the streamers are asking for, but much more in their favor. But again, they are already losing money, so unclear what the smart decision is there. Somewhat related, in 2023, they announced new guidelines for the streamers regarding sponsors, mainly saying that burned-in advertisements were prohibited and they couldn't show logos that take up more than 3% of the screen size, a very specific number, and boy was that an unpopular announcement. You have to consider that sponsors are a big source of revenue for many streamers, and in many cases used to supplement that 50-50 revenue split. There was tremendous opposition to the new rules. Major streamers were threatening to leave the platform, so Twitch quickly apologized and said that they would rewrite those rules. But you see how a lot of the streamers are developing this hostile relationship with Twitch? They feel disrespected and just getting upset with the platform. Going back to the list, a quick one to follow up on the revenue split would be a major data breach. In 2021, it was big news when a hacker accessed their data due to an error in a Twitch server configuration change. Mainly, information was leaked about creator payouts from the past few years. Admittedly, probably not the most detrimental thing that could have happened to Twitch, but it still should not have happened. It made everyone question whether or not they could trust Twitch with their sensitive information, further straining their relationship with everyone who uses the service. Next up on my list is gambling. It has been a massive debate within the Twitch community over the past few years. It became a big thing where streamers would go online and bet large amounts of money. Even the rapper Drake was sponsored by an Australian online casino called Stake.com, where he would stream himself on Twitch betting a lot of money on their site. And then there was this other streamer that tricked a bunch of people in the community into giving him over $200,000 that was used to support his gambling habits. Clearly, there are ethical questions to consider involving all of this, one of the big ones being the influence on kids who access these streams. So after plenty of protest in 2022, Twitch banned the streaming of gambling sites like Stake.com that were not licensed in the US, leading me straight into the final issue on my list, competition. To this point, Twitch has always been far ahead of any competitor when it comes to live streaming video games. In 2015, shortly after that Google Twitch acquisition failed to happen, YouTube Gaming was launched as their answer to Twitch. But despite the traffic coming from YouTube and the more favorable revenue split and everything else, it has failed to catch up to Twitch. The audience is just not there, so in 2019, they shut down the YouTube Gaming app and integrated it into the traditional YouTube YouTube app. In 2016, Microsoft acquired a service that they renamed Mixer and even made big money contracts with some of the most popular streamers like Ninja and Shroud to go onto their platform, but again, they fell short. By 2020, they were only getting around 3% of the viewership of Twitch and decided to shut down. In 2022, following Twitch's announcement that they would ban gambling, the people behind one of those gambling sites, Stake.com, started their own streaming service to compete with Twitch. That is a bit of a twist, and they have been making quite an impact. Obviously, they don't have nearly as strong of a user base, but they have been growing faster than you might expect, and have attracted notable streamers. Some creators are switching over to Kick because they have much more relaxed rules when it comes to gambling and all sorts of other craziness, and their revenue split is 95-5. Yeah, the streamer keeps 95% of the revenue, which is far better than any other notable platform has ever offered. And they have also made deals with major streamers, the most notable one being with XQC, valued around $100 million. I mean, that is bigger than most professional sports contracts. When the New York Times reported on it, they said it was a significant blow to the Amazon-owned site and a sign of its increasingly strained relationship with content creators. So that does not sound good. Now, Kick is also clearly losing money with all those expenses and low revenue, so they are essentially being kept afloat by Stake.com, again raising all sorts of ethical questions regarding their ties to gambling. So, I don't know, live streaming services just don't seem to be profitable. They are all being supported by bigger companies that hope their investment will pay off in the future, but it's unclear exactly how that's going to happen. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about Twitch? Have you used them as a streamer or a viewer? And how does it compare to streaming on YouTube or Kick? Are they unique enough to outlast all the others and remain on top, or do all of their issues leave an opportunity for others to catch up to them? What do they need to do to improve things and restore their reputation? Though it's not like the others have the best reputations either, so a lot to consider. I also want to point out that this is not a complete list of all of their issues. There have been controversies involving streamers being unfairly banned, or hot tub streams and sexualized content, and so many others. These are just the ones that I feel are the most significant or impactful to the company itself. Please let me know if you think something should be added or subtracted from it, and any other thoughts you have about Twitch, leave them in the comments. I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Wow. There is a man who knows what he's talking about, how to do research and how to present some facts. All that does is it gives us an idea about where some of these companies have come from, who's behind them. Interesting, you know, obviously, because I've known about Kick, but I didn't know that Stake.com was behind them and the whole story behind that. YouTube gaming and why that was taken down, if you like, and it was assimilated into the main channel and stuff like that. And Facebook become Mixer and blah, blah, blah. Amazon Mixer, rather. All sorts going on. So I go back to my first question at the beginning of the show was, is everything in the gamosphere good? No, clearly it isn't. So again, I would go back to, why do you leave your control about what you want to do with your life in the hands of somebody else? If you remember, I think it was in the series 1 of September when we did traditional marketing through into the digital transformation, we talked about the fact of why my belief that social media channels are not what they were and never will be again, and why you should be going live to your own website or using a hosted live page, both provided by the great Onestream Live, obviously. Excuse me, and why you would do that, because you know Facebook shows 2.5 to 5%, something like that, just to clarify, of a post to your followers. But we are going to focus on Facebook in just a minute with the example of engagement. So there we go. Really, really good. Company Man is the champ's name who's done that, and I think that's very, very interesting. Thank you to everybody who's watching us, engaging there on YouTube, and even yeah, you're very good. Even somebody in my own team. Great insights. Yeah, thanks very much, mate. Get back to work. So, no, I'm only joking. Listen, you are most welcome to today's show. It's part 3 of Level Up Your Gaming live stream of gamers, brought to you by Onestream Live. I am Big Joe Sheppard, founder and head of live streaming engagement at Livestream Solutions. Coming right up, we're going to talk a little bit about monetization, and we're going to talk about how you elevate your brand and build a thriving, engaged community, because that's the basis really of today's show. And then we'll give you a case study, not on a streamer, but on somebody else, because the level of this is aimed at is about converting people who want to get involved with live streaming but don't know how into where we are. Keep it right here with Onestream Live. And welcome back to today's show. I am Joe Sheppard. If you just joined us, go back to the beginning. Awesome, amazing video just on there from the company man, talking about all of the major platforms and based around Twitch really as well, and where they are at. And the reason, again, just to reiterate why I play that, is because it's factually based. Man, there's an awful lot of research. 1.75 million people follow him, and it allows people who are looking at making that transition, who are gamers, in any industry, but you know it's the same, are in gamers and want to be able to. These platforms rise and fall. We've just seen that now. How do you make money, by the way? Okay, well, I could go on. I could go on lots and lots. It's a whole show in its own right. Go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, then go and find the subscription button, hit that, and find this. This was a recent one by our good friend, Steve Strick, DJ Strick, who's an outstanding content creator with Onestream Live team, and he did monetizing business live streams as well. And there's lots of different ways that you can earn on there. And again, you know, there are Stephen will, let me just move that way. Stephen covers in that a whole range of different ways. One of the big things that we do with our own company, and we've always done, is we bring in what we call JV partners, joint venture partnerships, where everybody's equal, and we bring people in, and there's a little tiny bit of money associated to that, because it's cheaper than your traditional marketing. You know, no disrespect to digital marketing agencies or social media agencies and the costs they charge. When you're live streaming, there's lots of different ways you can do it. Imagine this. In fact, I'm just going to show you now. Imagine this. Okay, so you've got an overlay today there, provided, I have to say, by the great people at Onestream Live. But imagine you had... let's put our dog charity up. There we go. Miniature Schnauzer fundraising group. Imagine that's your company, your business. You can have that up there as well. And again, Livestream Solutions. So it's a very simple way of being able to promote what you are doing, far cheaper than the normal traditional style of marketing, and you hit more people as well. So all of those, and I have to say, all of those things are uploaded, by the way, from my Google Drive, because my Google Drive, through the great people on Onestream Live, is associated. So again, it's all about taking control back of what you're doing. Remember, Facebook, small percentage, they showed you, if you want 100% of your content, 100% of the time to be seen by 100% of the people, it's going to your website. So again, let me just throw that up one more time. Go to the YouTube or the Onestream Live YouTube channel and subscribe for all the latest updates from Ava Smith, from the great Stephen Healy, from the brilliance of DJ Stephen Strick on that, and this particular one, monetizing business live streams as well, and is what you're talking about. It is going to be a business, and there are other ways as well. Don't forget, you know, there's Patreon, there's Ko-fi, there's Buy Me a Coffee, there's loads of other things. There's lots of things you can do, and the team are giving you all of these. That's why I'm not going to dive into it too much today, but I'm telling you where you need to go. There is everything. Every Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock in Ireland, I think it is. Forgive me if I'm wrong for that, Eva. the great Eva Smith does the little how-to videos, how to connect things, how things all work. It's just brilliant. But the whole team have got stuff. So go to YouTube, go to the Onestream site, Onestream Live site, and have a look at the blog articles. Again, tons and tons of people there on the chat at Onestream Live. The customer support team are absolutely brilliant. Live people, not bots, and they're there to help you and to share and to get you going. And the same with my own team at Livestream Solutions. So don't forget. Next week we're going to be going live on Twitch. We're going to be going live to our website, because you can do that both through Onestream Live, and we're going to also, if you don't have a website, we can help you build one. Clearly, if you want to be part of that. The other thing you can do directly is you can get your own hosted live page from Onestream Live. That's part of the professional package there that we produce. And again, that was the example when I put up, so that every time you go live, so effectively you get your own landing page, your own URL if you don't have a website, and you can share that out to people. So you're controlling the amount of people. So you could be going through Onestream Live, you could be going out on Twitch, you can multicast out onto your own hosted live page and your website if you have one. If you don't, one or the other, it doesn't really matter. They're both a brilliant idea and concept, but it means that people are watching you and you are controlling what you are doing. So again, lots more, lots more monetization ideas through our YouTube channel there as well. Now, wanted to go on to about building communities. So at Livestream Solutions, Livestream Academy, of which I'm the founder, we do two things. We help individuals, businesses, and organizations to elevate their brand and to build a thriving, engaged community. That's what it's about. I'm heavily into rugby, as people know, and I set an awful lot of rugby groups across the globe, and it's a brilliant way for building communities and engagement. What I found with the gamer community was very, very similar. Huge, this gamer community. So I joined some of them when I was doing my research, engaged with some of the admins and some of the people online. It's been great help, and really appreciate it, and keeping me right with ideas and how things work. As ever, the online world is a very difficult at times and challenging place to be. You're not going to satisfy everybody. I'm sure with 19 million fans, Ninja has fallen foul of one or two people. Does it bother him? I doubt it very much. But the whole point being is that you can build a community of like-minded people through this. What Onestream Live is doing for you here is giving you a tool, a mechanism to be able to do that, but to be in control more of what you're doing. So Livestream Solutions, what we do is we do this for a client, and this is how we help to build the engagement. So we do the basics and the business foundations. We look at the website and we make sure that's for purpose. And we've got a specialist company that does that, or they build one for you. If you've got one already, they will review that and give you a detailed report and recommendations. The rest of the team, and we've got specialists in what we call information management. So look at, do you have a domain? Do you have a professional email address? Do you have a Google Drive or a OneDrive? Are they all associated together? Is all your content and your data safe, secure, in a structure that you need to run your business, run your project? Why wouldn't you do anything? They are the basics and business foundations. We've then partnered with the great Onestream Live, who allow us to go live, pre-recorded, to stream, to schedule, to put out to 45 different locations across the web, 45 different platforms. You've just seen, again, the hosted live page. The simplicity of this is it's simple, and we keep going over the same thing again because we have different people watching all the time. It will be a point of readiness, many people would call it, of when you are ready to jump ship. I have to tell you, it isn't if, ladies and gents, boys and girls, it isn't if, it's when. And that's it. And as you've seen from the video there from Company Man, there are entrenching issues there. The biggest takeaway for me from that is the revenue split. People are tired of not getting paid their worth. If you want to pay, if you run a company, you're a business, whatever you're doing, look at yourself and say, am I paying people worth, or I'm paying them, whatever. So a lot of these platforms are now looking for people to jump ship and get behind them as well. But an awful lot of people are more savvy now, and they're looking a little bit longer term and saying, do you know what? Operationally, strategically, I'm going to stay with this organization because I can see where they're going, rather than a quick win. Gary Vaynerchuk will always tell you that. There's no quick win to any solution. It is about persistency and consistency, and we all know that in any form of life. So that's what you can do. I don't know, if you go and research live streaming, by the way, Onestream Live will always come out as the most professional. It is the live streaming capability for pros. It's as simple as that, for professionals. And again, that's why I'm here. I could go anywhere I wanted to, but I choose to be here with Onestream Live. Okay, so we put the live stream show out. We then take that and we then repurpose that, and we can do 2, 3, 4, 5, however many the client wants, short video clips, 30 seconds to 2 minutes, to use as a taster elsewhere, whether it's your YouTube channel or as a taster, or you put it on another platform that builds. And for I say the younger generation, because when I first started looking at gaming, it was all in my head that it was like the age of my lads, my sons. And my 20-year-old is an avid gamer. But having joined some groups over 40s and over 30s, over 40s, over 60s, it's massive. It's just a huge community across the globe. All different backgrounds, all different ages, all different genders, all different everything. It really is an engaged community. And an awful lot more of those are getting into live streaming. We've had an awful lot of requests about more information about how they do, because they want to take control back of what they're doing. So yes, use Twitch, or yes, use Kick, or yes, use something else, but they want to be able to control that. Some of them have got their own business sites, or some of them like the idea of the hosted live page, where that's set up for them, and they can put that out to the pals, and they feel as though, well, you are controlling who sees it, because you're putting 100% of the people you share that with, 100% of the people you share that with. Thank you very much for that message. 100% of the people you share that with will see 100% of the time. What else? So you get those repurposed video clips all from this. We can download the video straight after this. I'll download this video, and then we can turn that into a podcast, because it goes into a different area. It goes into a different reach. Reach the amount of people who see it. It's, podcasts are a different beast. The people who will listen to a podcast than maybe some of the other social channels or YouTube or whatever. There's avid podcasters, and they prefer it. So we can download this video file, and we can put it out 2 ways. You can put it out through, for example, Spotify for podcasters as the video and as the audio file as well. Excuse me. And it can go in 2 different ways. So we can do that as well. You can write a Knowledge Hub blog article. We now know that anything more than 2,000 words. This is all is great, and that does better. So all of these things can be done from this one series again. So imagine you're a gamer, and you could write an article based on something that you're doing that you want to sell. Depends on where you want your market to go. But what I'm saying is, you've got more opportunities through live streaming to grow than you have putting all your eggs in one basket of maybe just somebody else's basket. And that's your choice. I get that. But Twitch or Kick or any of the other ones, that's somebody else's basket, not yours. And you will learn in life that if you want to do this, you need to take control over the mechanisms of how you deliver that out there. And then, of course, for us, we've got our own agency level social media content scheduling service that we can take all of those component parts and we can put them out, and you can schedule everything out. You can put the clips out, which then drives you back to your website or your YouTube channel or whatever you want it to be. So that's why live streaming for gamers is a no-brainer. It allows you to get to more people. It allows you to have a better control over what you are doing. It allows you to create the content that you want to create and be in that control, not somebody else. And that's the biggest thing I'd ask people to think about taking away. Okay. In week 1 of this, I shared 2 examples we were talking about before, Ninja and Pokimane. boy and a girl, two hugely successful. What have they done is they're good at their craft. Excuse me. They're very good at their craft as gamers, but they've diversified. They've looked at different ways that they can do things, and they have gone into different ways. The biggest thing I take away from both of those and a lot of other people online is they're just ordinary people. They enjoy their craft. It's a bit like this. All the preparation is behind the scenes, putting everything together. When they go live, when they're enjoying their craft, they're enjoying what they do and how they do it. The final thing today is to talk about an example. So we looked at those in part one of this 4-part mini-series as case studies, as gamers. But today's really is about how you elevate your brand, how you build a thriving, engaged community. And I wanted to share with you, got a guy on Facebook, okay? And I thought twice about doing this, but actually I quite like this. In my company, Livestream Solutions, Livestream Academy has been going since February this year, although what we've been doing has been going for 7 years. It's live streaming and content creators, which is why we've then formed the company. I formed the company to bring it all together, because we were getting picked up by clients who wanted more, and we wanted to formalize it a little bit more and have a website where people can go and see examples and all those good things where we can engage with people. So, but in this first year, I always look at everything as I made the decision to trial different things that I'm 60 years old. I'm not afraid to fail. I have no ego, which says, Jesus, when you're 125 kilograms, you're a big lad. Wherever you go in the room, you're next to somebody. That's an easy way to make friends, as long as you approach it in the right way. And don't get me wrong, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Jesus, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I've fallen foul of some people in the online world across different things. I've had people who unfollowed me, people blocked me, blah, 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 whatever. But I'm just me. And I'm happy to trial different things across different platforms and see. One of the biggest things is that the algorithms in each of the platforms are changing so much. So how do you keep up with that? How do you keep up with all of that? I'm not sure how often Facebook changes, but it's regularly. I know they used to have a thing called Drop Code Tuesday. I'm not sure, is that still a thing where you could do something on a Monday, they would do Drop Code Tuesday. It seems to be bigger now. The changes of how things work on the social platforms seem to be an awful lot bigger. So again, it goes back to, why are you putting all your eggs in the baskets of those things which are, making money for other people as opposed to making it for yourself? But here's an example on engagement. So, like I said, I was a bit dubious about putting this up, and I thought, you know what? Why not? Why not? So, on Facebook, this man has only 2,700 followers, and a few hundred of those have come in more recent times. You'll see there in the last 90 days. Go through peaks and troughs of trying different things to see what different works, notwithstanding that the algorithm changes constantly. But this is what can be done if you're not afraid to try different things. So in the last 90 days, an individual, they're called a digital creator on Facebook, but then Facebook comes up with these crazy titles. I think it's probably the most overused title in the world. Digital engager, excuse me, is probably the better term for it. But in the last 90 days, this individual here has now got a reach of 1.137 million people off 2.7 thousand followers. And 2 posts here, you can see, and for those of you who have got dodgy peepers like me, I will put up a bigger picture to show. One of them had 808 positive reactions, 43 comments, 116 independent shares by other people, and it had been played 45,500 times. The one on the right has had 12,000 positive reactions. 12,000! 314 comments, 2.4 thousand independent shares, and has been played just shy of 600,000 plays with only 2.7 thousand followers. And that individual was me. So I make no apologies for that, because I want people to understand that what those 400 comments and the 200 odd comments, do you know what I did with each of those? I have gone in and I have positively reacted to each of those. I think there was one of them on just shy of 600,000 plays. There was out of all the 12,000 positive reactions, there were 3 out of 12,000 reactions, excuse me, which were not positive. And those 3 people had that one there was Lindsay Buckingham and Stevie Nicks doing a classic, Never Going Back Again, an acoustic version of the beautiful song on Fleetwood Mac. And somebody said, 3 people objected to the great Lindsay Buckingham saying, its guitar was out of tune. Well, the other 12,000 of us think it's pretty cool, actually. But that's the whole point. People have the right to say if they believe that, but 3 out of 12,000, you know what, I'll take that from an engagement point of view. But from my perspective, I've taken the time to go in and react. And there's a selection of those that I've actually replied to and had some engagement with people. And that's how it's grown. That takes up an awful lot of time. But the whole thing about engagement is it's just that. You cannot just fire some things out there. You have got to engage with people. And if I had a following of 1 million, I would still do a percentage of that. And if there was something specific, because I believe it's common courtesy to, if people have taken the time to follow you, to engage with you, then you do that back. And that's how you build your following. It's simple as that. You don't have to be brilliant. You don't have to have a massive, massive set of followers. What you've got to do is be able to put a variety of stuff. So on that particular platform, do across different platforms, but on that particular platform on Facebook, I will put stuff out from videos, excuse me, because we know videos do very, very well. On there, especially music. I'm going to do music and sport, to do a little bit of humor and comedy. We do mental health and motivation. So there's a whole variety of different things there. And I don't care whether there's like 10 shares or 50 reactions or whatever the case may be, up to 12,000 and 600,000 plays. I mean, that's just insane on the number of followers. What's important to me is because actually I also don't know what somebody's going through, so it may be the only time that they engage. But that's what I do. I'm a digital engager. I create content, I live stream, I engage with people, and I also bring people together. This is where the whole idea of joint venture partnerships came from. Finding people who want to work together, which in turn, so you put content out there, you have the platform to be able to do it, you work with the people who've got a proven track record of how to do that, and you take yourself away from the platforms who are controlling everything that's happening. From a gaming perspective, this is where it's at. It's as simple as that. Engagement is about know, like, follow, buy, share, repeat. Well, that's it. That's what we do. If you are a gamer, I'll repeat again, it is not if, it is when you need to come and engage with the likes of Onestream Live and Livestream Solutions to be able to build your website or enhance your website for that gaming bit, or to be able to learn. We do courses and programs now on how to set up live streaming, how to become, how to produce and direct your own show. The simplicity, all the bells and whistles that goes with this, being able to put your colors up, your branding up, your studio, how do you get a professional backdrop on that? I self-taught at 60. So if I can do all that, so can everybody else. Those figures are pretty amazing. The video, if you've just joined us, then go back and watch the video by Company Man today on Twitch and the other platforms. about how they started, where they're at, some of the problems they've had, how it's all being monetized. And it's nothing other than huge corporate business now. Whereas what you can do is you've got a smarter tool to be able to do this with Onestream Live and with ourselves to be able to go. It's as simple as that. We've got a proven track. You don't have to pay a fortune. There are most digital marketing agencies, most social media agencies out there don't live stream because there's an awful lot of money still to be made from ordinary people, from ordinary small businesses, and therefore they wouldn't even probably hazard the guess at a gamer. But if you're a gamer, it isn't if, it is just when. And yeah, listen, we create content, we live stream, and we share your craft out there with other people. If you want to know how to do that, then get hold of us, send us a message, go onto the Onestream Live site. And remember, as I said last week, bottom right-hand corner there's a little chat icon, and you get human beings, not bots, proper human beings who will put you in touch with ourselves at Livestream Solutions, Livestream Academy, who will be able to give you some more up-to-date information there and then on how to get started. And you just send them a message, or go to livestreamsolutions.org and send my team a message and say, listen, so, you know, BJS, there's a system on there, and we'll capture your details, and then one of us will get back to you as soon as we can. Simple as that. That's it. So what have we done today? Today we've had a look at platforms and the inherent difficulties that some have and will continue to have, because it's once things are driven by big money, it's driven by big money. It's as simple as that. And it costs a lot to run. And if the numbers aren't behind it, just imagine some of those companies the company man mentioned in his video. Imagine how much they pummeled in to set them up only for them to not work. Well, that's business. They rate off millions and billions and billions to be able to do that. What we're talking about for you is ordinary people, gamers who want to come across. If you're a higher level gamer, by the way, and you see lots of different opportunities from doing this, there's a specialist team at Onestream Live and at Livestream Solutions that has been set up specifically to help you fast track your gaming through, and will work with you so you can concentrate on what you're doing and get the craft out. I mean, that is the same for everybody, but if you're a higher level gamer, then there is, because the live stream trend is huge. It isn't going to go anywhere. So anybody can come at any level. What we tend to find is with the more advanced gamers, like all the more advanced videographers and things like that, they already have a certain skill set within Switch Easy to do, which is why there's a specialist team to be able to work with them. It's the same cost, it's the same everything. It's just, you know, whatever level you're at, coming in and join us. So today we've had a look at that. Streaming platforms like Twitch and Kick and what was YouTube gaming now inculcated into the main channel as well, and Amazon, and you know, I was always blown away by the figures that they bought them for. But you know, I suppose in a world where Alphabet, Google's parent company, made, you know, is a several hundred billion, it's almost obscene monopoly money. But you can have a portion of that. You just got to get the right tool. You have that now. You've got to have the right people. You've got that now. And you have to be able to adapt your skill set, which you already do, and then we'll do the rest with you. So that's where we are. Live streaming is a real option for gamers in the industry to come across to, as well as anybody else. Look briefly at monetization. Again, go to Onestream Live's YouTube channel and subscribe and dig out this by DJ Strick on monetization of live streams, because that is a phenomenal live show as well. We looked at how you elevate your brand and build thriving age communities, not just through live streaming, but also to the spin-off things that you can use, the repurposing of that content. But it all starts here with what Onestream Live have given to us. And you saw how one man with only 2,700 odd followers has reached in 90 days of 1.137 million. And had one of his posts reshared just shy of 600,000, plays just shy of 600,000. There we go. That's it. On next week's show, part 4, instead of beginning of the show, we will be going live on Twitch. We'll be go live on Livestream Solutions website, and we'll be going live on the hosted live page as well, to show you how all three can be done. Don't forget, you can go live to 45 different locations with Onestream Live. But we're going to pick those three because it's all about gaming, and it's all about how you can use your website and how you can use your hosted live page to be able to do this. So that's part 4 on next week's show. But before that, I get excited about things like Halloween and Christmas. Really, really excited. So I'm going to share, because I want to show you what celebrate Halloween. Here we go. I'm going to show you what our great friends at let me just pull that over that way. In fact, let's put it on full. Our great friends at Onestream Live, go to onestream.live. They've got their graphics team and their operational team have put this together. Go into it and have a play around. It's absolutely amazing. And this is the sort of thing that you could do for your business, your organization. So for Halloween, excuse me, think whatever your industry is. And this is what they've put together, the capabilities to be able to live stream, or create your own really haunted mansion. It's just the phenomenal. And again, like I say, really, you know, if you're a gamer, if you're in any industry whatsoever, there's host a virtual Halloween party with guests. Host whatever parties you want, what's your brand? If you're a tourism brand, if you're a food brand, if you're anything brand, then these can all be done. Multi-stream your spooky scares. When you go into this and have a look, you can click into all. It's very, very interactive. And there we go. How to celebrate Halloween online, Halloween tips. So go to onestream.live and all the Halloween stuff is there. And they've got virtual backgrounds, overlays, the intros and outros. And look, Halloween themed digital assets. Produce everything for you. You know, so there's nothing that you even need to think about. There's a live show checklist. There's virtual Halloween ideas. And there's different strategies as well. So go to onestream.live for that, which is absolutely superb. And then also, so that's part 4 coming up next Tuesday, 1100 hours as ever, to wrap up the series, going live on Twitch, on our website, and on the hosted live page. And we'll show how all of those interact and bring together the final part of the series. This Saturday at 8 p.m. Don't forget, next Thursday, the 31st, is Samhain, Halloween. Halloween came from Samhain. Originally emanated as Samhain. Samhain is a Celtic pagan festival here in Ireland, and that's where it all started from. And then it went off to different iterations across the globe, especially America. So when the Americans think that you introduced and brought around Halloween, you didn't. Halloween actually comes from the Christian, the Catholic Church, and it was from All Hallows Evening, All Hallows Eve, Halloween. That's where that originated from. But it dates back to the pagan Celtic festival of Samhain here in Ireland. So on Saturday night at 8 p.m, I'll be going live. And all of the studio will be, everything will be in the spooky things. That because I've used exactly what Onestream Live have set up for us to use. And I'll be joined by a real life pagan witch from here in Ireland to tell us all about the myths, the stories, and the transition from from Samhain in Ireland into Halloween. And we'll tell you stories about things like Stingy Jack. Yeah, and if you think that pumpkins are a thing of Halloween, actually, it was the original turnip, and it's got a story to the great Stingy Jack. So join us at 8 o'clock on all the channels. That'll be promoted out from tomorrow, we're hoping. That will be really good. Until then, stay safe. We hope you've enjoyed yourself. This has been Onestream Live as ever, and with part 3 of Level Up Your Gaming live stream for gamers. Go to the different sites, go to YouTube, subscribe, come and talk to us. It all starts with a conversation. We have everything that you need. All you need is to bring yourself across. I've been Big Joe Shepp. Until next Tuesday, until Saturday at 8 p.m. for the Halloween Samhain special. We'll see you then. Take care of yourself.